Greetings, health practitioners and all those interested in health and Defence Force veterans. My name is Chris. I'm a retired medical specialist with 40 years experience, and I always say at the beginning of these podcasts, if you need medical advice, you should take it up with your favourite health practitioner. To date, we've been considering a work called Hypocrisy, written by Professors Buckbuster and Harris, who consider that many doctors are not practicing according to their Hippocratic oath. Sometimes medical practices are driven by profit, and this is not in the best interest of the patient. The principle is first do no harm. Buckbuster and Harris have considered that one of the most serious problems today is the medicalisation of social phenomena. That is, variations in social behaviour that are labelled as medical conditions and treated as such. Today we will consider the medicalisation of a phenomenon which is being investigated by the government, who have established a commission into veterans' suicide. The idea of this commission was to establish the reasons why veterans have a high rate of suicide, and indeed the rate is sometimes 3 or 4 times that of the normal population. I myself am a veteran, and I've had veteran members of my family who have committed suicide. To date, the Commission has released its interim report, and this gives us very little hope that anything is going to be done to deal with this serious problem. And in fact, it may be that the rate of suicide, after all the money has been spent on the Commission, to be the same or even higher. In the early recommendations of the Commission, they have correctly said that veterans' benefits do need to be expedited. But I'll make another significant point about this commission. There are 2 important aspects. First of all, there's the idea that suicide is the result of mental illness. In fact, only a small number of veterans commit suicide who actually have mental illness or who are suicide because of that mental illness. The second thing I will highlight is the fact that the mental health industry, that is the mass of psychologists and psychiatrists who profit from dealing with this problem, are making enormous amounts of money and costing millions and even billions of dollars a year, with very little benefit to be shown, and certainly no lowering of the suicide rate amongst veterans. Some of these psychiatrists charge enormous fees, several times the amount of benefit for each consultation that is paid by the Veterans Affairs Department. There are several ways that they make money out of the department. One of the ways is to hospitalise veterans in a private hospital, keep them there for weeks, charging thousands of dollars a day, and often giving them large amounts of psychoactive drugs which do not benefit them. The therapy is given by relatively untrained psychologists. When these veterans are discharged from hospital, their rate of suicide returns to the high rate that it was before. Some of these psychiatrists boast about having a 6-month waiting list. This is of no benefit to anybody. A psychiatrist who has a 6-month waiting list is only useful for his accountant. The other problem is when veterans have serious crises in their life, which can occur at any time of the day or night, it's no good contacting any of these psychologists or psychiatrists to help them, because they'll be simply told to make an appointment in another month's time. Some of these doctors have become very rich as a result of the money they have received from veterans' benefits, and a local psychiatrist is a multi-millionaire as a result. much of this money could go towards benefiting veterans and providing care for them that would be available 24 hours a day. But as it stands at the moment, if a crisis occurs in the life of a veteran, it's similar to a car crash where the passenger has fallen through the window of the car, and as he lies on the ground, someone passing by will say, "An ambulance will be by in a month's time to pick you up." So there are other ways all this money can be used profitably to reduce the rate of suicide and to provide daily care and crisis management for veterans. In the next podcast, I will describe how this can happen. Until then, I think it's important that the Commission be pressured as much as possible to deal with the issue that all the money that's going towards the mental health industry is being wasted.